All right. Hey, you guys. This is gonna be take three. Um, yeah, today's one of those days where it's taking me more than one a try to get this download out in video because there's a few things here and there that I keep getting like at the last minute, so I have to go back and restart again. But anyways, you guys don't need to know all that stuff. All right. Okay. Okay. Hi. Um, it's me. This is Reflections of My Evolution. That's the name that I'm using for this project. Thank you for pressing play. I wanted to welcome you here, and I wanted to welcome you for your presence. Thank you for your view and for pressing play on my video. If you guys saw the thumbnail, then you have a good chance about what this possibly might be about. And it's going to be about 3D programs. I was sent this download. I've been working on it for a few days. It's pretty heavy stuff. So those of you who are ready to find this message, they told me would find it. So if you're here today, thank you so much for being here, and I hope that this message is of value. Okay? All right. This knowledge needs to be shared. Uh, this is information that you need as you become aware of yourself, your self-awareness, as you become to awaken into the knowing of your own simulated reality and that you're playing the role in human form. Okay? I am being called to dive deep into the 3D, or basically the third dimensional world, to speak about this because it's here in this dimension where the idea or the belief of disease is mostly advertised. Okay. Nothing is what it appears to be, guys. Let's start off with that first. Okay. What you guys thought was a random life that you were living. Okay. So things just happening because they happen, whatever, right? They are not just randomly happening to you. What is really happening is that things are happening through you. Okay. Um, this whole entire time, you have been weaving your own web on a mental level. You have been creating your own story, your own reality. Uh, Everyone is in their own personalized human experience. So every simulation is catered specifically to the main character. Even though we are a collective consciousness and we can see each other's movies, every simulation is customized only to you. Okay? And if you found this video, by the way, if you found this message or this channel or even this particular download, what that means is that you are part of the collective consciousness that I have been called to begin to communicate with. Okay? All right. If you don't yet have the awareness of choosing the human experience, you will find it out when you have arrived basically at the level of consciousness or the level of your own self-awareness to be able to actually accept what I speak about, the knowledge that I share, and to actually be able to understand it as well. So if you found this channel by whatever means that you found it, then this means that your time to find out is right now. Okay? Your human experience will be all your own. Just like I mentioned a little tad bit of it at the beginning, um, your simulation is going to run its course basically based on your choices, your decisions. Um, you will come to the knowing that your human experience is only specifically designed to you or catered to you because it's only been you that has been creating with your mind this whole entire time. Okay? The 3D, or what is known as the third dimensional world that you see around you, has been created by you. with every thought, with every assumption, with every choice, and especially with every decision. You created the template of your third dimensional world. Here is the reason for the download that I have received today. Uh, the 3D is full of your thought patterns. Things, for example, like assumptions that you have turned into beliefs, right? Which your mind will turn into truths. Truths that will manifest into your physical world. So beliefs automatically become truths. Okay, so they are accepted in your mind as being real things. Okay, um, what you mentally entertain can materialize into your physical 3D in many ways. And the ways, honestly, are countless. They can even take up any shape or any form. What you contain inside of your mind, things, for example, like assumptions, thoughts, trigger patterns, beliefs, stories, these things will materialize into your awareness, even like a person, or as a person or a group of people, right? Which basically you will start to find out that these people are characters that are playing a specific role. There's also experiences that you can manifest: a film, a vice, an addiction, a disease, a chronic ailment, some type of chronic pain that you're always suffering with, an object, a pattern of the weather in your own simulated world, a disaster, and even, unfortunately, accidents. Okay, these are all things that you can push out with your mind into your physical 3D space. Um, Now is a good time to remind you guys of how powerful this experience is. This is a highly technologically advanced simulated reality. There are no limits to how this simulation can bring your inner world, right? Which is your mind, and project it out into your 3D physical world, which is the most realistic portion of this simulated experience. All right, so some of you might be wondering, what are these 3D programs, right? Well, 3D programs are automatic assumptions that have become beliefs. These beliefs have manifested into your simulation. Beliefs can either be good things, they can be also limiting beliefs, which are not 100% good for you. And also, they could be beliefs that are harmful to you, which in this case would be disease, right? Um, this download will automatically place you in a position to begin examining your patterns, okay? And to teach you to be conscious of doing that, or if you haven't already, to start doing it. What is your unconscious programming swaying you to create more of? Okay, so you're going to want to ask yourself, what is my unconscious conditioning trying to get me to buy into, or to sway me or influence me into continue to think about, or ways to look at things? They wanted me to focus on a very particular 3D program on this download that was sent to me. This 3D program has all to do with your physical vessel, which is the body that you manifested to come into your own simulation to have this human experience. And your body, okay, this part is going to be, if you're pretty self-aware and you're at this level of consciousness where you can, accept this and understand, um, your body looks real to you, right? It looks and it feels real, and it is supposed to. Okay, it's part of the experience. It's part of you playing this human form in this simulated life game. Because if you were to know that your body truly is in a highly advanced simulation that is part of the simulated reality, then you wouldn't believe in disease. You wouldn't believe in pain or even ailments of any kind if you knew that. Okay? This download is being sent out to start relieving those who are awakening into their own simulation to stop believing in the 3D program that is known as disease in the third dimension and to stop manifesting it. Um, Once you start to decline, this program of disease, what it could do for you is that it will reduce, and even for some of you, it will eliminate the probability of disease manifesting in your own physical body. The 3D program known as disease has been learned, and this is why you are aware of it. This is the only reason you know about disease, okay? And this is also why you believe in it. Once the 3D program of disease is accepted as a belief or as part of your unconscious programming, then what you're going to start to realize when you get to this level of awareness is that disease will be manifested to be mentally consumed by you through all forms of media and even propaganda. And also even through characters that in your simulation are going to be playing very specific roles that in your 3D world are considered to be influential and even important. If this message has found you by whatever means, and you are someone who decided to believe in disease, okay, and you have been already diagnosed with a chronic ailment or even a disease, please pay attention to this portion of the message. This is very important. Do not stop taking your medication. If you have been prescribed such thing as medicine, do not stop your doctor's visits in your own simulated reality. Um, unfortunately, you're going to continue to experience symptoms of whatever disease by believing in it that you manifested into your body. You're going to start to feel the symptoms and the signs of it. And that usually is an indication that you have manifested this into your own physical body, even if you manifested it unconsciously. Okay? Um, every belief is a manifestation, guys, in your simulated reality. And beliefs are pretty strong. They're like automatic assumptions. I'm sorry, automatic manifestations. And these manifestations are pretty close to being permanent all around you because it's a belief. It's very strong. So your mind takes that belief as being something true and real. Okay, so you're going to be surrounded by whatever this belief is that you decided to believe in. Okay, dropping or even reformatting the 3D program known as disease is going to feel like it takes time to you. And the reason for this, I want you to understand, is that time is a concept that is part of your human simulated experience. So even though time isn't real, right? It's part of your simulation because time here is part of the simulated experience so that it feels and it looks even more real because the days are passing, the time is passing. So it gives you that feeling, that sense that you are in a real life and you're living it, right? That's why time is here and it's part of this experience. If you decide to reverse, okay, the manifestation of disease in your own simulation, of course, it can be achieved, it can be done. Remember, nothing is impossible in a simulated reality. Do not rely on logic, or I guess what you would also refer to as logical thinking, because this word that most of you know as logic or logical thinking is simply a fancy word for limitation. And believe it or not, this logical thinking is part of your unconscious programming. Okay? Just as you have manifested yourself to be sick or to have a disease or some type of chronic pain in your body, you must reverse engineer this belief in the mind first before releasing your medication, or if you have procedures or doctor's appointments, okay? Because you already bought into believing this to be true for you, so it has already manifested into your body. So it's deep in your mindset. So you have to go back and reverse engineer this thought, this truth first, and then continue to let go slowly and gradually. Okay? All right, guys. Another reason for this download is that you guys are creating your own suffering, me included. Before I came into my own self awareness, I was doing this all the time, and I am part of the collective consciousness that sees the 3D program as disease being advertised in my simulation as well. So I know that I unconsciously bought into this 3D program when I was in a state of being unconscious. Um, you're causing your own suffering, and unfortunately you're giving your mind all of the tools that it needs to make this happen, to manifest a disease into your body, to create suffering for you and even hardship in your own life. Okay, I want you to take a moment and think about this. Okay, and ask yourself these questions. What do you gain by believing in disease? Okay, how does believing in any kind of disease benefit you? Think about that. Okay, because this is all mental, and this is all about things that you decided to buy into as being true. So don't allow your mind to manifest storms that don't exist, guys. You need to be reminded that you are God and that you are powerful. Your mind as a God has created all that you see around you, okay? Even the not so great stuff. The more that you know, the more you will grow. So if you are here, you are expanding, okay? You are growing, you're changing, you know. Just by listening to this information, this knowledge, your mind is already starting to expand and to grow. Um, everything that you, everything about you, let's put it that way, carries power. Okay. And this is a good time to remind all of you, even your words that are spoken from your lips are powerful. Every word and thought is like a command in your own simulated reality. All right, guys. My time here in the 3D is over. Thank you for pressing play. Thank you for being guided here and for watching my video. Thank you so much for your view. Um, they will call me back when they want me to come back, whether it's in my voice only or if they want me to come in my physical form. Um, I am completely guided by them in this collaboration in this project. So I will either see you in a download verbally or either in physical form. Okay? Let me see if I missed anything because my script is still going. Ah, yes, I did miss something here important. If you found this message, okay, if you found this download, I consider this to be pretty high level. Not many people know this knowledge yet, okay? And I was promised by my friends that they're going to get as many people that are at the level of consciousness and ready to accept this information that need to see this and know about it, okay? Um, you also are finding out that this is really a highly advanced simulated game. It's like a life game. It's very comparable to The Sims. If you've ever played The Sims, then you kind of have an idea of why I'm using this as a comparison. The only difference is that this is more real looking and more real feeling. So this is as real as it gets in a game. Okay? Um, everything that you create with your mind is going to manifest and feel and look very real. So I want you guys to start using top tier discernment. Okay, when you start to be more discerning, you know, as you continue to find out who you truly are and what type of an experience you're playing inside of, you're going to start on your own gaining that discernment and being more discerning with the thoughts, the patterns that you're following. And you're even going to catch yourself and be like, no, I don't want to think like that anymore, because if I think like that, this is the outcome I'm going to get, right? You're going to start to catch yourself. And once you get that far, then it's pretty smooth sailing from there, because you're going to start to realize your power, and you're going to start to control your own mind instead of letting your mind do the controlling on you. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you for being here. I will see you on the next one. And as always, I love you. Bye bye. Peace.